Wait, are you starting soon or live? I don't know what you are.
I'm live like right now. You just jumped in.
Blaze, you dummy!
Meow. Hi Twitch. We're going live. Give us just a second. I'm just adjusting audio. This is gonna be a wild one.
Okay, guys. Those are currently in my chat. I mean, Drew.
Water.
Drew.
Water.
We're gonna rate out to. Drew doesn't exist. Where is he?
You don't even know how to spell his name.
I think I'm gonna keep speech chat off for right now. I don't know if the TTS is.
You don't know how to spell his name, Drew. I did it for you, Blaze.
No. What do you mean, Drew?
So those of you joining in, these are our regulars: Blaze Hunter and Lunar Clash. Hold on, I gotta actually go switch screens, but let me actually go to the.
Yeah, guys.
Anyway, Blaze needs a break, so
yeah,
he's gonna stop playing for a bit.
And then we're gonna come back.
And he is going to Drew.
Thank you for doing my extra, Lunar. You're not.
I don't know if I actually have everything ready. I honestly don't know, but here we go. Here we go.
Drew.
It's running. It's running. Okay, hold on.
I wish I.
Yay! Okay, hold on.
Camera's
up. Camera's up.
Set up again.
Okay.
Because I had a new OBS. But anyway,
we're gonna
say you're out. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Everybody, I'll be back in a bit. When she's done. Matt, oh, you already did it. Crap, Lunar. You didn't tell me that. No, okay, just go.
Oh my god.
Just hit it.
This is chaos. This is chaos. I love it. I love it.
Just hit it. Just go already. Go before I turn you into Swiss cheese.
Hold on, I'm just checking my. Checking. Oh, wow. Yeah, the photo. Yay! Thank you, Blaze. I definitely appreciate that. Meow. Hello, Raiders, and yeah, welcome.
My hand, yes, it raided out, Blaze.
It did raid out. Yep, you're good. You're good.
So she is.
It should have been 10. It said that 10 people were watching, but someone stayed back, I guess. But
hey, even having one person come over, if it's just Blaze, I'm fine with that too. So
Drew,
you know.
Can you stream this on Discord so we don't have background noise?
There we go.
Like
what?
If you can.
Yeah, I can do. Oh my gosh, Lunar. Okay.
That's foreshadowing. Anyway.
Yeah, let's do application.
Well, just cause I can keep it running, but I can mute it, so I'm gonna hear you double, and that's gonna get very.
Wow, Drew added you as a favorite. Oh boy.
I have a favorite?
No, Drew added me as a favorite.
Oh, I'm not a favorite.
Yeah, I think I listed you as VIP like artist. You should be. Because Sketch RBTB, so a quick shout out for him. He is an artist, and yeah, he is awesome. And I haven't even introduced myself yet. I'm introducing everybody else, and I haven't even started talking about me. And it's supposed to be all about. Well, it's also about TwitchCon. If I talk all about me, then I'm just being conceited, and yeah, no.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
You can also be Luna's pet.
So
Drew's being very nice to everyone else but himself.
Oh
Wait,
gosh.
You want a shout out for Sketch? Okay, here you go.
Okay.
Yeah, pop one for Sketch, one for Blaze. So Blaze Hunter is my absolute buddy. I guess technically Blaze, you're my best friend aside from my fiance Scott. So I'll give you that too. We've been friends since like just before the pandemic and gotten each other through a bunch of craziness. Oh, look at that video. Yeah. Oh, it's Sketches. Okay. Oh, and then here's Blaze flying some spacecraft and.
Also, that's too old too.
Breaking things.
Yep, my God.
Yep. Yeah, so we've also got who else is in here? So we've got Abby Ducavali.
Abby Duck, you want me to
one of the newer members. She's absolutely phenomenal. And Canadian, so even more fabulous. The coolest daughter, Luna, and you have another kid too, which I don't remember their name.
Lunar. I mean Luna. No.
Lunar is Abby's other daughter. Wow.
Whoa.
That's news.
What the heck?
And then if you could do a shout out for yourself, Lunar.
I would just. I am not shouting myself out. I don't deserve it. I haven't fixed all my stuff.
Oh, and I have an AI camera, so this thing tracks my head, and it's gonna be really funky. So I'm gonna introduce myself now. So introduce everybody else that we hang out with.
I'm supposed to do you first?
I'm starting it if you let me go. I mean, come on. So I'm Drulich. I am a versatile variety streamer. I do a lot of craziness.
So sorry, Sketch.
Oh, and Sketch RBTB. Give him a shout out too. So Sketch is my tanking buddy.
No, I already did.
Oh, you did. Okay, yeah.
No. The sorry to him is because we're in fast mode and I'm alone.
Well, there you go, Lunar. I gave you your
I'm alone in the van. Wait, what? Oh
yes.
My God.
Yes, I'm always in the van. Yes. Sketch.
Well,
I drive Sketch crazy with how I drive tanks and also how I hide in the van in Phasmophobia. But I've been getting better. But he has to push me. He's like.
It's a truck. It's not a van. It's a truck.
I don't know. I've never seen the front. We're always on the inside and the back. I don't know this.
It's more of a like.
No, it's a truck.
No. It's more like a semi. Looking at it now.
And
semis are bigger trucks. It doesn't matter.
No, shut up. Let the guy talk.
Just a note. If they go to like ads and so on, because I do have to run ads. You know, I basically beyond the streaming, so versatile streamer or variety streamer. I keep switching the wrong word. So variety streamer, a lot of virtual reality and all kinds of multiplayer games. I think in my whatever thing about me that I like group play, which is hanging out with these guys and gals, and
that is not wrong.
In between and beyond. And I've developed as a streamer so much because of all of these people that to just bring out my crazy edgy side, my LGBT side. I am an unemployed. Am I what?
Crazy edgy side. That's a new side of you.
Yeah. But just being uniquely me, and that was something. Oh my gosh, we're never gonna finish this thing. So this is just like TwitchCon. I mean, the panelists were like making fun of each other the whole time. Blizz and all these other streamers that were just like giving each other hell and just laughing. They were just dying the whole time. It was so funny.
Were you part of that dying group? Because I'm glad you're not.
Dying laughing. And let me say, dying laughing. They're just breaking up.
Like they were having a
up,
great time, Blaze. It's nothing bad.
Oh, it's dripping wet.
So,
oh, it's cold. Why is it dripping wet?
Blaze, shut up.
Oh Lord. So I'm unemployed scientist and project manager. I'm trying to move on. I don't know with what yet, because I actually was applying for over a year for a new science position, either remote or here in San Diego, where I'm based, and it's just not been successful. So at the same time, I started pushing video game streaming and got affiliate status as a streamer. Like, holy crap, this actually happened, and I started moving. My streams were kind of boring because I wasn't like talking like this and being interactive, and I wasn't drawing on the support of this team. So really, Blaze's Bean Squad has helped me to just
open
be
up
me,
more and
open up
social,
and not give a shit, and
Well, that's a word Drew hasn't said in a while. Wait, what?
What, cursing? I curse more in tanks. I curse more in World of Tanks. So yeah.
Well, at least we don't curse at Lunar. Wait, what?
What the?
But it's definitely been
or I'll have
interesting.
to cut off your left
oh my
foot,
gosh.
which I just found.
Oh my gosh.
Then I can't walk. If I can't walk, I'll flop over like a fish trying to move around.
I'll flop like a fish.
I need to look at my live YouTube because I'm like making faces doing stuff. I was like, I'm lagging about a minute or so behind on the camera. Let me pull this up just so I actually.
It should be like 5 to 10 seconds, I thought, right?
We got 2 photos now.
Just so you know, when it's shared.
I have you running on.
Oh, I should be looking over at OBS over here. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, look at OBS.
But yeah, so
One more time,
anyway.
Sketch.
Wait, what was going on?
I'm making food.
I was just letting Lunar know that what we're up against is the shade. I'm trying to not speak as much.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're playing Phasma.
It's
Yep,
quiet,
they're fighting the ghosts.
and it hasn't done anything. That makes
Lunar,
sense.
you're quiet.
Shut your
Okay.
face. Anyway,
Go on, San Diego car. How about the
Yeah,
San
thank you,
Diego?
thank you.
Yeah,
Let's actually move on. But yeah, so I live here in San Diego. San Diego's amazing, pretty much year round. This year's been kind of crazy. We had a lot of heat up until this weekend, and it was perfect. Like, this is the weather we love as San Diegans. So this is a picture of downtown. On the right side of the photo is the Petco Park, so the baseball stadium. And the Padres, they just qualified for the playoffs, all that stuff. So San Diego is really happy. All the games and stuff have been going on at the same time. It was awesome. You see one of the trolleys going through here. Yeah, it's great. A lot of the hotels. Actually, one of these my fiance works at. So that was pretty cool. I actually ran into some of the partners when I went to catch a ride for my fiance back to my fiance's house. It's not my house, my fiance's house. So we're like 20-25 minutes east of downtown. I don't want to say where, but I mean, we got a good view. You can actually see the ocean at certain points, just up the hill and over. There's a really beautiful view. And yeah, I used to be up by UCSD in La Jolla, and that area is gorgeous. I mean, we have everything. It's like,
it's funny because I could have gone, but I'm just like,
Lunar, I would have loved to meet you there. Oh my gosh.
Lunar would totally smack your butt.
Oh, we could have gone to the nude beach. I mean, La Jolla actually has a nude beach. Crazy enough.
First
Yeah.
First, I'd get to know. Wait, nude beach. I forgot about that.
That's not where I would invite you normally first. Absolutely not. Oh god.
My hubby went to nude beach ready.
Okay. And I never strip down like that. I mean, for me, it's like I'm so shy for those kind of things. But you know, people are very happy. They're happy in their element. So yeah, no. So anyway, this is downtown. I'm taking it from the side of actually the convention center.
Okay.
So let me do it this way.
Hot dogs.
This is the part of the side of the convention center from coming from like the parking garages.
Yeah, the first bubble is the dots. It keeps
and
picking up.
More street views. On the left here is the getting into the lines. You don't see it yet.
Right
We were fortunate to get the badges. We're going down the lines, get all this stuff up. And this is actually in the lines.
Shade.
But you're not actually supposed to like do like recording and stuff. I'm kind of cheating because I took a couple photos in line. But I know. Hey, you should have seen all the crap the partners did. They were doing all kinds of shady stuff. This is there's all kinds of cool stuff.
No, it did not.
Different streamers. A furry furry-ish. It's a onesie. Sketch kind of corrected me on that, so he had a great outfit. I thought it was really cute, so I asked him for a photo. People that are in cosplay and furry stuff at the things, absolutely ask them if you could take a photo, and most people will do like poses. They'll even like get you in like selfies with them. It's totally cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here I am. I'm a total dork.
Oh my gosh, look! That hat, you look...
Yep. The hat's... Actually, the hat is...
It looks like you went fishing.
Yeah, this is the new hat. This is the hat right here. So, yeah, I got this. And yeah, I'm basically like, I really should not have been buying anything because I'm broke and it went on a card.
Oh my gosh, really?
I'm going to be paying for this thing. But yeah, so it's right here. It also kind of pops up. There's a really like extra kind of... Oh god, can I do this? Yeah, it's something like this. If I can get the... It's very cute and very sailory. And San Diego, we've got the Navy and... oh gosh. Marines. The Air Force is here? Yeah, the Air Base, Miramar. All them. So... Yeah, it's one of the air bases. So we have all kinds of military up here. Camp Pendleton, the Naval Base, Miramar. Yeah, there's a lot of military presence in San Diego. So Miramar Air Base. Yep. That's north of here. That's up near where I used to live, up in La Jolla. So
I've never heard of that.
Yep.
Of course.
So the badge. This is the thing, the all access. You know, you get one of these things, and they're pretty cool. So they've got like a special like they print them once you check in. They have like a QR code and you do identification, all that stuff. And then they print the badges live. It was like all of these guests, every badge is individually printed. Yeah, you cannot fake these things because they're printed in a way. It's really cool.
Most conventions are that way, where they print the badges when you check in on day one. They will print the badge. Happens at fur conventions, anime conventions, this type of convention. It's just normal at conventions in general that I've noticed.
Yeah. And so I added in some like stickers from some people that were handing them out, and then somebody I'll talk about later in a bit. In the meet and greet, he signed it. I totally geeked out. I was crying, and it was unbelievable. Meeting him and then some others. They got some other like color codes or some like special things that happen.
If only we had met.
And then then like weekend versus like Saturday, Sunday, blah blah blah, and a very weird QR code that's some kind of a strange database identifier that they're using internally at Twitch. It's like not identifying unless you're in their systems and whatever. So I mean, even just showing this, a lot of people will like cover it, but I actually. And a couple other people were kind of going through looking at it. It's like, yeah, this really doesn't tell you that much. It's like randomized gibberish, and so yeah. But the badges you wore, I mean, usually like when you're outside the venue, a lot of people would keep it like this. But for like marketing and stuff, like you wanted your badge like out all times, just because people were coming in. Yeah. I mean, you're it's self-promoting. You're promoting yourself at one of these cons.
Yeah, it's like a merchant.
So
it's like merch.
Absolutely. I already got a couple followers just by, schmoozing with people, finding some similar interests. Yeah, I mean, talking with people about random stuff, and then finding out like one of the guys.
I thought he said like he was smooching. Excuse me.
Not smooching. Oh my.
All over everybody.
There was a party on Saturday night that if you went and paid for the food and so on, people were getting really drunk. Oh, what's this sketch?
No, I'm letting you know.
Wait, all the photos?
Oh. No.
Okay, I gotta get all the photos.
Out what the ghost is. It's 100% a shade.
Yeah.
And
so
it's been too peaceful, so it has to be a shade.
My
opinion.
Did
I get all the photos?
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna keep going then. Okay. Get those photos. I mean, photos are good. Ghost hunting or TwitchCon. One thing you get also, you have the option to add on as you're going, is when you go to different sessions, sometimes they hand out pins, and so you can self-identify with pins. So like,
time to use the doll.
Artist, cosplayer, lurker, developer, he, him, LGBTQIA+, and mod. So roles that I have that, you self-identify.
And there we go, we're done.
Because I'm affiliate, that also identifies that I'm a streamer, and that's sort of that next step up from just being a community member. But the community people are so important to Twitch anyway, because they're the ones that are watching us in addition to affiliates. I think there were a lot more people in the affiliate status that I saw than community, and that was kind of shocking to see how big the affiliate line was. I mean, that was sort of the biggest pool in the check-in versus community. Yeah, I was like, holy crap. I mean, because the partners got in earlier. They have a whole separate thing. Like, they don't come down unless they want to. They have separate, like, a whole really nice area, this big patio
they have their
to
own
hang
lives.
out. Yeah, and then an upstairs area that, like, none of us at affiliate or community or below get to go to. So, we don't get to go up and see that.
Yay!
And they also they get to take a break.
I would have laughed if it said mimic. Sketch. That would be funny.
Lots of swag, other stuff to get. So, I mean, t-shirt here. I'm wearing the Twitch, the dragon. You see this icon a lot in some of the chats. This is really adorable. So I'm wearing it here under my little house thing. Yeah. Here's one. Let me throw some crap on the floor. You're not seeing this. That's fine. I got this gorgeous rainbow.
Well, actually, no. His camera's pretty pointed up right now, so you can't see anything on the floor.
That totally looks like Lunar's colors.
I love this thing. This I'm gonna wear like all the time. This is so pretty and beautiful. And then the other thing for TwitchCon is that you are not allowed backpacks. Backpacks are not allowed in, which is insane. Yeah, no. They have an actual bag check they force you, if they see you have a backpack, and they have a whole place they check, and then they go through like bags and stuff. Purses, most of them are okay. There's a size limit. So, of course, they mark it.
It does make sense because there was a shooting in one of the cons.
Oh, okay, that explains it. But they have a loot cave outside, and I actually got one of the fanny packs. I haven't had a fanny pack in forever. It's so cute. So I got a pin with a. Oh, I don't know if you're able to see it. There's a cat mashing on a DJ board, and then I got like a rainbow TwitchCon as well, which kind of matches the jacket hoodie. Yeah. I forget which vendor that was. I'll have to dig it up. Able Gamers. I think they were like a charity, and they were doing something to support some groups. Well, there were a lot of charities there, like St. Jude's Hospital and a bunch of others. Wounded Warrior.
St. Jude was there.
St. Jude was there. Yep. A Wounded Warrior project for the military. They were there, and a bunch of others.
That's kind of interesting because I donated to St. Jude's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The one. So I bought that. The bag that you get, everybody gets. You get this weird ass purple plasticky bag. There's a strap which is somewhere, and they have a couple things in it, like little samples and stuff. This tiny little thing, like some of the other partners were on their streams. Cauliflower, I was talking about her earlier. We were chatting in the stream, and she's like, "Yeah, this thing, like everybody's like, these are weird. I mean, if you can accessorize with this, like if you're wearing a lot of like plasticky kind of clothes." Like, I think some people were in, like, Jet Set Radio cosplay. You could pull this off.
Oh, yeah.
But otherwise, this was a really weird bag. And we're like, when are we going to use it? I don't know. So, that was the bag.
Like you're under arrest.
This room.
Yeah. So we did get some TwitchCon game caps. These were kind of cute. These were... I was enjoying these. So I got a purple one and a blue one. Thought that was kind of cool. And a little sample of acne medication. I'm like,
wait.
Yeah.
I just locked the door and turned off the light.
It was a company called Difference, so I will at least verbally shout them out.
Anyway, I will find the bone.
They know their viewers, or they know the people that are attending. I mean... I was one of the geeks, one of the nerds, one of the dorks, whatever terms. I don't care. I mean, it's definitely me. I look.
Dork. Wow.
I know. I mean, I look weird. I was picked on in high school, and people still like. They'll still give you shit, or they'll make fun of you just because of the way you look, which is sad. But
I found the bone.
I was a loner during high school. I really didn't. I don't have friends.
You want to know what it was?
I was a band geek. I was like, I had the band jacket. I was in every band in high school. I'm gonna brag a little bit. So I was outstanding middle school and high school band member. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Really?
Yeah. Mallet percussion, xylophone, and marimba. But the crazy thing is, I had like deathly terrible stage fright, and it came back during TwitchCon, and I'll get to that. Like, whenever I did, like, solo ensembles, solos, I could not get a first rating because I do not like to be up there alone. I do not. That's why I like group stuff. I feel very comfortable communicating with everybody here. So
writing.
Would that, like, flow into streaming a little bit, where maybe... you don't interact because maybe it's stage fright of you being by yourself.
Interaction and
it does. I had to get that comfort. Yeah, I had to get that comfort level, and so you guys really, you've had such an impact on me just being here, and trying this and doing it. So I mean, I don't thank you guys enough, and so thank you first off. I mean, just
One thing I realized, Drew, is that I just be myself. I don't. I just be.
And I think that's rubbed off on Drew. So
I gotta turn you up a little bit, Blizz.
So.
Blaze.
Oh
my gosh, I just called you the other person I'm gonna talk about later.
Oh
the other person.
Goodness.
That's a little teaser.
The other person.
I have seen a little bit of change in you as I've gotten to know you. Is that you've gotten a little more comfortable being around streaming. You've gotten more comfortable just being around just streaming yourself a little bit as well. You're so used to you're starting to interact more, and I see that, and I do see that improvement in you, and I do see how the stage fright can pipe into what do you call it? Streaming a little bit.
Stage fright. I mean, all you need to know.
Oh, dots.
Naked.
That doesn't work.
Oh my!
I tried to imagine Lunar. Wait, what? No. Wait, what?
I'm gonna put this crucifix out here, okay?
The whole trick on like imagining people naked while you're giving a speech.
Doesn't work.
I can't do that. It's a thing that some people do that to try to like resolve. And I'm just like, yeah, there's some people. I mean, everybody's fabulous. Everybody is infinitely, every person has infinite value and worth. And not to assign value to people, you say that infinite, like you can't count that. And that was like my college alma mater. That was their philosophy that everyone has value and worthiness, and we treat each other with respect. So yeah, I'm going off track. What the hell was I saying?
The reason. Okay, so the whole point of imagining everyone's naked is not to really imagine everyone's naked.
Oh,
it's getting rid of the thought process of they're gonna laugh at you if you say something wrong.
Yeah,
exactly.
I
like that.
So that's my mental.
They're just like you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's.
I'll say thank you for getting me back, re-railing me because I derail a lot, and that's actually something that I have some issue with, and I don't know if that's because I'm sure. Like with family and so on, like being on like the ADD, ADHD spectrum, and things like depression, bipolar disorder, and so on. I've never been actually fully diagnosed because I'm very high functioning, and that's something that I've had to also like self-adapt.
Turned on the light.
And as a scientist, I was able to find my own strategies to deal with very high levels of stress going through undergrad and grad school. Because I have a PhD and I did a postdoc, and then I was a professional for 13 years. So
13 years?
Yeah. It took me 12 years of schooling, and then I did 13 years professional. So I was a postdoc. I was a research programmer. I was a staff scientist, and then I had to run a research core facility because our director got laid off. And I ran a facility myself for about 8 months, and then served as the project manager and a full bioinformatics scientist.
Can I have a green ghost at least? At least I'll get a
I was at a company, then a bioinformatics engineer, and then later here up at UCSD, I was a technical project manager. So I did some really cool world-leading research with teams and managing teams.
More freaking interactions.
So I love science. I love to spew about science and so on. But I haven't done that as live streams. Like the only sciencey stuff I've really done is on like STEM outreach when we did some stuff here at Petco Park, where I did some 3D printing and virtual reality for like kids and their families to get them into like science.
I'll get a close photo and then get all the
one more time. There it goes.
Oh, you know what? It's actually behind me. Give me just a second.
Did I get it?
Yeah,
so
all right. Now
this is actually one of my 3D prints that I did of converting like cancer proteins into
it hasn't even stopped in it.
Something printable that you could also then view in like the VR headsets. So and teaching kids and their families about it.
Why couldn't I see that?
So I've done STEM outreach and all kinds of cool stuff, on camera and whatnot. But
we're done.
I'm thinking to do more like tutorials and talking. Okay, I'm gonna turn Lunar down.
I expected a hunt.
Lunar, you're too loud. Shut up.
I'm gonna bring just a little bit. Okay, so I could talk over him.
I mean, I don't blame you. I'm sorry.
No. Okay, so we're still going. I've still just been showing like outside. So yes, I'm a scientist. Told you about like stage frights and things, and with being like unemployed and trying to find a new job, and then getting into streaming and dealing with this stuff, I've kind of closed off as a person during the streams up until TwitchCon. And TwitchCon kind of broke me in probably the best way possible. Like my emotions, I have been teary since actually when I met.
I heard you jumped on someone.
I did. I jumped on one of the headliners, one of the partners, with permission.
Oh, I was gonna
and
say, okay, good.
I did ask them, and let's get to it. Let me keep going. So we're in line. We had stuff. This is outside of the thing, actually across the street. Some kind of cool, like, I'm all about, ethics and morality and science and just general life and just values that, treat everyone like you want to be treated and just be real. And yeah, we screw up. Don't judge people harshly, unless they're being real. But I'm just gonna keep going on that. I love this quote. I did want to say that. So
who's this guy? Martin? Oh,
Martin Luther MLK Jr. Very, very, very famous. Yeah, I this one, like, to get into things like ethics and morality and stuff, like classes I took back in college, like, holy shit, we gotta remember, and going into like the elections and all of this other stuff, that we are people, we are the same, and we need to be looking forward to how to better support each other in streaming and in everything.
Somebody took more.
Yeah. So, all right. Oh shit.
If only.
Oh crap. So, basically, after I got my pass, did I? Yeah, I showed some of the line, and yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So,
Right here.
I walked over after picking up my badge. So a lot of the stuff downtown in San Diego is so close, you can just walk everywhere or take a trolley. So I went over to one of the military experiences, the USS Midway, and one of the games that I stream is World of Warships. And so the Midway, oh my gosh, this thing is in World of Warships. It's one of the aircraft carriers. It's awesome. And you come to San Diego, see the Midway, go to the zoo. We have actually two different zoos. The zoo, which is downtown, Balboa Park, and then the one that's up north that's like 30 or 40 minutes, the Safari Park. Safari Park's really cool because you can watch like a cheetah sprinting. They make a dog run. Everybody claps for the dog. And then the cheetah runs after the dog runs. The dog's a support animal for the cheetah. So it's pretty cool.
A support animal for the cheetah?
Yeah, cheetahs are actually very nervous. It's a cat.
Is right here too.
It's a feline that it's very nervous, especially around people and lots of groups of people. And a lot of people go to the zoo and the safari park. So the dog is there to support the cheetah, and they're so happy together that you can just see them that. But I actually had to walk across the street from a cheetah, and they don't like hook up the cheetah to like a leash or anything when they walk in between the pens. Like, you're walking across the road from a cheetah that's open. This thing could run over and like grab you if it wanted to. But
it's creepy.
I don't think it's a Raichu.
But they're amazing. They're such cool animals that they can actually walk between pens with a bunch of like staff with them. And so to be open within the same area, that there's no barrier between me and a cheetah. That was so cool. Okay, so anyway, let me just flash through a bunch of pics. So like the docks here, there's all kinds of cool stuff and a lot of nifty ships.
Was that the Midway?
This is the Midway, and this is a very famous a photo that was done during wartime that they then turned into a statue here in San Diego. So people go up, take a photo. Usually they'll have like couples. Sometimes they like just got married. They'll do the photo here. It's very famous.
So where should I put
so this is in the Midway. Oh, good. What?
Hold on.
So I'm just gonna go. I want to go really, really fast through this. Some of the photos here. So a lot of like, this is inside the Midway. So a lot of the different like ships. They have flight simulators. They've got all kinds of really cool stuff. Blaze, if you remember a photo of me sitting in the cockpit of the aircraft, this is that Tomcat. You'll remember this little photo here, the Tomcat, the icon here. Yeah. So I've shown you that photo like a couple years ago. So these are different like folded wing aircrafts. This is a Panther. This is really cool to see. All kinds of others. So if you play other like World of Airplanes or something, or like War Thunder, you're gonna see a lot of these. Yeah, these are awesome. The Easy Way Airlines. I love this.
Easy Way. That sounds.
Yeah. I mean, they had all kinds of cool names for the aircraft and logos and stuff. This is a Navy C1A transport. You could actually go up inside of this one. This is pretty cool. So here you can see the folded wing. So a lot of planes they'll either be fixed wing or they'll have a folded wing. Folded wing is more common for those that go on aircraft carriers, just so that you can store them in very, very tight quarters. And then they have all these cool like elevators up and down to move them. They use the elevators actually for a lot of like the public events and like dinners and things. There's people going into the thing. I don't remember what some of these are. Oh, this is in that transport. So you see the inside. It's got glass in the front, so I had a little bit blurry at the top. So you can see the backside. This thing is very short. Like, I had to bend over as you're going through the thing. Like, I'm too tall to stand upright in this. So it's less than 6 feet. It's probably like 5.5 feet or so. I mean, it's definitely shorter. And yeah, this is up on the flight deck. So there's like the various like command stations. They've got a name for this up in here, and I forget the name. This radar dish, this thing still turns up on the right. So you see those things in action. They're awesome looking. Some other people taking photos. The F-14, the Tomcat. This was one of my favorite planes as a kid growing up. So this fighter was such a cool aircraft in American history. This thing's amazing. This one is the Hawkeye. I think it's E2. One of the surveillance type planes. These are really awesome. On top. What the heck? I thought you just said Hawkeye. Yeah, these are like intelligence gathering. So Blaze, when I told you in the previous Discord, and a lot of people here in Twitch probably didn't hear about this because this was in a separate discussion. The aircraft, actually, they had a video of like landings of aircraft on the carriers. One of these actually missed the catch cords on the deck, went off the end of the carrier, and went under the deck. So between the deck and the water, which is only like 50 feet. Like, only 50 feet. This thing is like, what's that going to be? Like at least like 15, 20 feet tall. So that's barely like twice, maybe 3 times the height of that plane is how much they had to maneuver and to get enough lift to go back up in the air. And so one of the things that like planes do is they land, they hit the accelerator as they're landing, just in case they miss those catch things or something goes wrong. And that happened, and they had the video, and this thing was able to make it out or something like that.
All right, there you go.
It's incredible, like what our military does.
That's scary. Ooh.
Yeah. So then, there are a bunch of other like photos. The Vikings. So this is an anti-submarine aircraft. Totally cool. This was I love this photo. This one was great. Some others here. They do tours. They do events. You can go up in the top. I didn't do that. The FA-18 Hornet. Okay. So day 2. Lines. TwitchCon, get there early and just be prepared to stand in a lot of lines. Lots of lines.
There's a lot of light here. What do you mean it's dark?
It was a little bit overcast starting out. It warmed up. It was beautiful. So it was still great weather here. Here I am. So yep.
Oh my gosh, that smile.
I mean, it's actually officially day 1. It was day 2 for me after the badge pickup.
Maybe it is a yoke. It's just...
Wait, yo, Lunar?
So these guys were promoting this Duckside, a new game on Steam. This was hysterical. It's like they were wearing duck masks and posing.
Oh my
and
gosh,
while we were in line. That. Yeah, and I sent all the info to Abby. Abby, you still here?
It's hunting.
I'm dead.
I'm not hearing Abby.
Lunar died. Good job.
Sorry, I'm my own thing over here.
Oh, okay, sorry.
What could I have done? Blaze?
Oh, hey, dragon.
I was
Hola,
trying to
hola.
look for the hiding
You
spot.
coulda-
It was
Oh,
nowhere
and
near
yell at me if I
where
miss
was.
it.
You're trying to look for the hottie? What?
It's also
I think-
aiming for me.
Alright,
Could it
let
have been a
me just keep
yokai?
going. So more ducks. Here's more posing. Yeah, the
know
ducks
how to
were
revive
everywhere. It
me,
was
it's the
wild. They
doll.
kept popping up. And yeah, so there's the ducky. It's so cute.
It's
Okay.
Abby.
Inside of TwitchCon, massive space. Just the first floor was like, I mean, to run from one end to the other took forever. If you've ever been to like Comic-Con and had the chance to go to that, or to TwitchCon that's been here before, it is so big. This is the DJ area, so they were continuously having different DJs coming in and doing stuff. It was empty at times, but it kind of depended on which DJ was in and what time that they were doing a show.
Brightness is not. It is not helpful. I need to.
Oh,
Oh fuck! I bought the wrong
Um,
thing.
What'd you
there
do?
were
I bought a
like,
T-shirt. Okay.
dozens and dozens. So this is the LAN area for the competitive gaming. So like kind of like pre-qualifiers for some of the events, some of the stuff you see later on the main Twitch. Some of that stuff like was here starting out, and I didn't keep track of which games that they were doing here, but this thing was filled with people. It's front and back and many rows. I should have done it at more of a, not front. If I had done it as a diagonal, you'd see the depth of this thing. It was ridiculous how many people were in this.
Well, computers.
Oh,
This is where they had the finals area. It's a little bit blurry, sorry.
It's unreal.
So all kinds of queuing. This stuff filled up, standing room only. Holy
You knew where
crap,
it
it was
was the
so
whole time.
cool.
Alright.
All kinds of different booths. So if you wanted to go in and test out some technology, or play a game, or do all kinds of stuff. So this was a Logitech set up a booth, and these wraparound monitors. I really want one, but I got to get a lot more money before I do my next upgrade. Yeah, this was very nifty.
I cannot tell if
So here was some other games, and they put notices that
in the yellow tent.
if you got into an experience, and I actually played Fortnite of all things, and I am not a Fortnite streamer. If you went up, they gave you like notices that you're going to be recorded. They ask you when you're up there, you know, are you okay to be recorded? Your face may be on any point of Twitch, blah, blah, blah. And, I mean, as an affiliate, you just got to be ready to be, like, in there at any point. I mean, something might be totally goofy. You may have, like, one of the worst, like, emojis or icons come out of you. Like, I'm so geeky and weird looking that I might be on a horrible emoji down the road. Or, Fortnite, you know, who knows? I mean, I'm just, like... I'm cursing and I'm just like my head's in my hands. I'm getting murdered by all these players. But you go with it and just have a good time. Just don't care, you know, but have fun.
Yeah,
That's the best part. Have fun, meet people, enjoy it. And that's the best part, is that joy just spreads between everyone. And like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the next con. Like, I will come back. TwitchCon's here for the next 4 years in San Diego. So assuming that I'm still in San Diego and everything, you know, we figure stuff out here and I'm making money and blah, blah, blah. I definitely want to come back to TwitchCon, and I want to meet people and so on. So.
And if no one has blown up the Earth yet.
Whoa,
oh gosh.
whoa.
Let's think positive and, you know, work towards good goals. Yeah.
Let's not think like Lunar. Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a little.
If it's still like that, I might go meet Drew.
See.
Yeah,
this is
I
the
want to meet
fun
you
of
all.
conventions.
Yeah.
This is the fun of convention. That's why I go to this fur convention every year, because it's so fun to go. Even though I'm not a furry, I don't dress up like a furry. I don't care. Just being around. Just being around.
So much lies.
Just being at a convention with friends that offers people the experience is what is really awesome.
So,
but there's so many amazing people that you go to.
Anyway,
when you go to it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I might actually meet Blaze in person for once, you know, unless I make it up north at some point. I mean, come on. So.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, nuts.
Yeah.
Go away.
Blaze?
What?
Well, Blaze is gonna try to avoid us. That's the whole thing.
Well, I will.
Yeah, Blaze might.
Well,
okay.
no. Here's the thing. I will avoid everybody. I won't avoid everybody except Lunar. I'll just avoid him.
Wow. All right.
See what else? Yeah. Something you're seeing here, I just popped onto the stream, is one of my new views. I've actually got now 3 cameras going. I've got one on the right, one in the middle, one on the left. I'm not going to do the right one for now. We don't need to do that.
What?
So like VR views, and when I do like close-ups on makeup. So this new view, so I'm going to wave up to this one. I have a 3 monitor setup. Yeah, this one used to be over here at my old apartment. I put it over here because of the setup with my fiance's. I'm in the kitchen, you know. That this is a really wild thing we're doing, but
are you trying to do like? Are you trying to like do a dab and you're failing at it?
A dab? The hell is a dab?
A dab.
Dab, where you put your arm over your head. It's
like this?
It is.
Like that?
Yeah, like that.
I'm not actually trying to dab. Yeah, no. Even though I just did one. Yeah,
oh, I'm sorry. The video was paused. I'm sorry. I thought it was a picture.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, I feel
so.
Oh well.
This was the new Elgato, and actually I wanted to show like just over here. You see on my. Yeah, the Stream Deck.
It hunted through.
Oh, Unreal. Sorry. I was gonna say Elgato, but Unreal and Phasma. The Elgato Stream Decks. I have one of these. You know, there's a bunch of different ones. These are really cool. The new this teleprompter that they have, the graphics on it were so cool. These things are awesome because you can have them up on your monitors and then like pass through a video. So if you have like a separate camera as you're switching and you want like more like views and kind of pop it up somewhere, it's pretty nifty. Or you want like text coming up and something else like a news feed, or I mean even potentially like your chat from the stream. I would want to move it up to something like that. So I really want to get one down the road. These are really nifty, and I do want to plug that because Elgato's building some cool stuff, and this one has this kind of nifty. I'm going to turn like Discord down. Turn it up.
The double view, Drew. I like the top one, the one with your face.
The bottom one is so it's this weird reflection. And I don't know if all the technology, if that's just like. Disney does that with some of their stuff. They call it Pepper's Ghost. You can make something look like it's floating in space using a reflection of a sort of, there's like a mirror and like a panel that goes through and you project something. So you can make something float in space. It's really, really nifty. I think they're using that here in this. So,
maybe.
All right, so one really cool thing. So when you're at TwitchCon, go to the booths for things that you like to play and the technologies you like to use. I went to World of Tanks.
Oh, jeez.
I went to World of Tanks. So I got a very cool product. I mean, I just had to go out there just to geek out. I want to see what they had. So I got a really cool World of Tanks bag. So there's a tank on here. There's a tank on this thing. I see this. You might see better on the other camera. So there's a tank on here.
Lunar's flashlight.
And it's a nice bag. This is a nice bag. I'll use this for like shopping and stuff. But to get the bag, you had to play a game at their booth, which means I had to play the new Waffentrager event. There's a whole story. Pretty nice setup here. I don't know all of what they had. They had there's an RTX 3080. My machine I use. So I've got an RTX 4070 Ti with a 16 gig on the memory. It's an awesome card. It's brutal. It's so good. And like a 1070 Ti.
I think it's a yokai. But it's been hitting the books. It hasn't been doing anything.
So, oh, we're playing the Blazing Jack song.
I'm gonna say
we can play that later. But so Sketch here, who's playing Phasma at the moment, I do not think I would have had an actual victory in Waffentrager at the booth if I had not followed, and learned so much from Sketch and from some of the other people playing World of Tanks. So shout out to Sketch here for pushing me out of being first an artillery player, which he despises. Totally understood. And a lot of players hate artillery. And Blaze, I'm gonna say if you want to mess with Sketch, we need to get you playing artillery first. I think that's the hook. Between light tank and artillery, I think we need to get Blaze playing artillery or arty because you love doing like strategy stuff.
Buy some more supplies.
I really think you're gonna like artillery, and just to get you in and doing some stuff and being different, Arty's the way to go. Shameless plug for Arty. We're gonna do this. We'll play together, and I'll be in Tank Destroyer. I'll even play out of my comfort zone. I'll do some like heavy tanks. I do like mediums. Mediums are okay. And
hi,
yeah,
chat.
yeah.
Gosh dang it.
Yeah, hi chat. And thank you all for watching. I'm Drulich. We're almost an hour in.
Whoa! So all these people, including, all these people are alive except no, I can't shout out that one dude.
No, they're passed out is what I'm saying. They're sleeping on the stream.
Well, Lunar, you're in here, and are you passed out? Well, this might be a recording of you. You don't know
It's
that.
not a sleep stream. I might get more viewers doing a sleep stream, but it's not a sleep stream.
And you can put people to sleep.
Give me a second to get a little bit of product on.
That's not good, what?
Messing with Blaze, of course. Anyway, I got everything that I needed to buy, so I'm ready.
So
do I put you to sleep then?
I gotta go downstairs, have a breather, but I'm gonna start it so you can play.
And,
Just don't
and anybody
die
in
while
the
I'm
chat,
gone.
if there's any issues with audio or someone, jump in, give us a message. We'll try to fix stuff. We break stuff a lot, so let us know if something weird happens. And
isn't that what we normally do?
Yeah, we
blaze and break things.
we call it blazing it, yeah, or don't be a blaze.
Oh my
so,
gosh!
Yep. Blaze is our fall guy. Actually, it's funny because Blaze, you're not as bad as my fiance, and I'm sorry I'm picking on my fiance. He's not even here. He's still at work at the hotel. My fiance is like, he calls the place like the black hole for technology. We've had so much weird tech issues happen at this place, and I had to go in buy a whole new gaming router. We already had a decent modem, but a new router just so that I could actually do streaming and gaming, and his Amazon, the Fire or whatever, or the Fire Stick, Kindle, whatever the hell it is. His thing was breaking all the time, and I had to I think we got to change the router. And it was oh my god, it was night and day. And then we even had to upgrade and change the plans for the internet because we were getting huge outages. It was with Cox.
My brain went weird.
Oh my goodness,
Of course
Blaze.
it went there.
That was not lewd. It's an actual company, COX.
Yeah.
But we had to change the plan because we were getting all these overages, and finally my fiance calls 3 or 4 months later. I think it was longer than I think it might have been 6 months. Finally, I kept pushing him can, because I was here by December. Yeah, it's been over 6 months. He had to.
Wait, you moved in December?
I was moving since before
the beginning of the
what
year?
was it? It was September, I think, because we were starting to. I think I was out October, but December I had to do my end of month lease, all that stuff, because I was just hemorrhaging money on that apartment. With no incomes, can't afford La Jolla. I mean, if you know La Jolla in California, even an apartment there,
I don't.
Even if you have a job, I mean, you have to have multiple people living there. So I had a good job, but it exhausted me, and I had to get out of La Jolla. but when I moved, I actually had a major, a severe sprain because I fell down the stairs outside of my apartment.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah,
Moving stuff.
remember that.
I did the full like Superman. I had a crate in front of me. I landed on the crate. My ankle's still not what it was. Like I used to be a runner. I used to run cross country. Never had like a ability based medal. I got some plaques from like being like a team co-captain, like the cheerleader for the team, and like runner's heart, like most improved, those kind of things. You know, I'm all about like heart and about, you know, pushing oneself and just, you know, being part of the team. I love teams and
teamwork.
You know, the team itself and being a walk-on on a team, and we were Division III NCAA, so anybody could walk on. They couldn't throw you out of the team. Like they had to let you compete Division III. So NCAA is great if you want to actually compete in something. So I competed in college sports. I was an actual athlete. And some people that competed in like high school, I didn't compete in high school. So, but some Jan term, I was like running on a treadmill because I was kind of bored with my classes. Middle of winter in Indiana. So I grew up in, Indiana. I'm from the Midwest. Born in Michigan, but I went to Indiana for undergrad. Manchester College, very tiny liberal arts school.
Oh, no.
But in the middle of the cornfields and all of like the ice and the snow, I started up in January. One of my friends who was a scientist, they're a science student. She's like, "Hey, you like running?" And I was like, Heidi was her name. She's like, "You like running? You want to come, you know, run on our team?" And I'm like, "Wait, what is this?" Like, it's a college team. I was like, no, I'm just here just to blow off some steam. I kind of like running. I'm just chill. And she's like, "Oh, you should do it. We've got great people, blah, blah, blah." And she talked me up. One of these things where somebody like gets you like, "Hey, we've got kind of a shared interest. Come hang out with us." You know, and that's streaming. It literally, the way she did it, like, you know, no frills. I'm not going to judge you. We don't judge. Come in, have a great time. Got me into running. And, you know, I ran with the team. So I actually ran for 4 years. I did 5 years of undergrad. I actually had 2 majors. I added a major. So I was a pre-med and mathematics double major. But math was my minor. And I added that extra year because I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to go to medical school. I was waitlisted for med school. And I'm like, you know what? I don't like blood. I don't like needles. So you don't want a doctor that's going to come in and pass out and just can't deal with like blood and doing the shit. You know, that was not me. You know, I followed actually a girl. I had a crush on a girl back in high school, and her mom was my math teacher. So I was following her and the mentoring of her mom. And she was like, holy crap, like she worked with United Nations. So she's like big up in the UN now and like the medical stuff. Like
when is that?
She was like around the world and doing stuff in like Africa, and I had such a crush on her in high school. But I'll be honest, I was also had interests in guys too, and I dated girls in high school. I didn't really start finding myself, I'm bi, until starting more in college. I started finding who I am, and yeah, especially grad school, I was definitely much more leaning into guys. It was kind of sort of the last of me dating girls and all that.
Where'd my sanity go?
I ate it. I'm hungry.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. I derailed again. So I was talking about, what the hell was I talking about?
My brain exploded.
College and finding myself. Oh yeah. So like the interests and playing sports and so on, but also meeting other people that gravitate you towards these sort of new things, you know, stuff that you enjoy and that's out of your comfort zone, and that also enhances you as a person. So running cross country, which also pushed me towards running long distance. I ran 2 half marathons, so both of them in the University of Michigan, where I did my PhD, in Ann Arbor, that area. So I ran the Dexter to Ann Arbor run, and also the Halloween half marathon.
We do it on a Saturday.
So I actually got, you know, passed by like people in like clowns and people pushing their strollers and so on, which is very humbling. I mean, people like, you know, I learned how not to internalize how other people were doing, their ability, their progress, because I am not the best player. Especially, I'm not the best player in tanks. I am definitely not a great Fortnite player. Not a builder, not at all. Not a builder. Those of you that play Fortnite, not a builder. So, and even in the like sniping and so on, a lot of first-person shooters, I'm like, I fail at this horribly, but accepting that I suck at a lot of the FPS games and battle royale and so on, but finding that identity of who am I, who do I want to be, and what do I enjoy, what do I have fun with, and what can I talk about that sometimes I'm knowledgeable, but I also have really bad memory issues, that stuff that I've trained on, this has hurt me in trying to reapply for new science positions, that I'm getting older. I'm in the 40 plus community, so I'm a Gen X streamer. I did not know even what my designation was. Like, am I a millennial? I mean, Gen Y, Gen Z, these other things, like the terms. I didn't really have a term for myself. So Maddie was looking this up. So I'm apparently Gen X. So, okay, I have a label, So there's a community that I can...
Labeling yourselves.
Well, I mean, it's something that I can ascribe to, that if I feel I want to self-identify, that's up to me.
Yeah,
but
you can.
I am an LGBTQIA plus streamer. It's easy to just say LGBT, but our terms are getting more inclusive and dynamic and broader, and we accept everyone, allies, and you want to be in the community, allies like yourself, Blaze. Even though we pick on you that your drunk streams, that you come off as more LGBT in those streams, I'm being very kind here in how I'm wording this, that we don't want to identify you as something that you don't want to self-identify as. And I'm gonna pick on you in your streams and in some of those, like where you're drunk and you're marrying everybody, like you're marrying me, you're marrying Hot Rod Jack, and so on. And it's all tongue in cheek. That joking, that prodding, and so on. The only reason we do that is because we know, who you are, and we also know how you like to be identified or not identified, and whether or not you're okay with that. And we're being playful, so we're being, real, but also that this is just... what's the word? Is anybody, Lunar or Sketch or someone? Is Sketch, are you still in here?
Yeah, I think he's about to use the bathroom, I think.
Oh, okay. So
Lunar, I think Lunar disappeared, like always. I think. I don't know.
All right.
I will beat you.
You will shut your nose.
I mean, we're just messing. We mess with each other in this community, and it. If there's ever points, we've had discussions in Discord. Yeah, it's all based on love, because we care about each other, and I don't know if we always say that enough. We have to remind, I think.
I don't know if I care about Blaze after he treats me.
Hey,
Wow.
I'm gonna slap you in the nuts. Shut up.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to behave in this stream to show the care and the
Lunar,
compassion.
your nuts are going down, man.
But I'll turn around and just be a total... I'm a dick to people at times in stream, and...
I'm teasing the heck out of Blaze. That's what I'm doing.
What did you say to him?
You want me to become gay, apparently.
Gosh.
No.
Wait, I mean, there's
That's
one
fine.
Hey, it's okay if you're gay, and everything else in between and above and beyond and whatever.
But I am gay because I'm happy.
Top, bottom, we don't judge.
Well, you're the original term for it, but now
Yes.
from that, it's like you saying that. It's like, I don't know if you're gay.
Oh my gosh,
anyway.
really?
So yeah, let me keep going, because where are we at? I want to stay, because I blocked off like a 3-hour thing for this, and
Oh yeah, you did.
so I'm kind of I want to keep it sort of on pace, and then like spread out to like maybe some games later. I mean, if people like fall off, if it's like too late, and whatever. I'm cool
Or
with
if anyone
that.
has any questions
So
in
much.
chat, there's no question, but I'm just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyone named Blaze, please stand up.
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
stand up.
Alright, I'm standing up. Now what?
That's fine. Luna has supper at like 12.
Anywho.
I have this habit too of
Sorry,
like grabbing my legs or kind of going more like fetal position. So just a heads up that sometimes I'm kind of like I might get a little nervous. Like you don't see that on the main camera.
Don't
So
be nervous. It's fine.
Oh gosh. So let me just keep going. We'll get to a point where I was actually very nervous. Oh, this is blurry. We can skip this.
Are you here?
Okay, so this is in the tanks booth. After I played my game, we won. We had a great time. So earlier I said, sketch. Your motivation and just support and calling me out in streams and whatnot have made me a better World of Tanks player, but also playing more aggressive in FPS type games, which is like World of Warships, War Thunder, even Fortnite. I challenged myself to go play a Fortnite game, one of their modes in the booth. Yeah, we'll get to that. There's a couple of photos, like after you play the game, like this is within the kind of the booth, the blocked off area. They had a bunch of cool like food and drinks and stuff. You could kind of schmooze on the tables, and I don't know who these people were, so we'll just ignore that. I went around the booth, back here in the corner. This is basically the top streamer in World of Tanks, Quickie Baby. This is one of the partners. I took a picture of the back of his head because what's better lurking than to take a photo snapshot of somebody when they don't know you're doing it. And I actually did this outside of the booth. So technically that's no shame, because if you're in the booth, you probably should ask. I'm outside of the booth, so this is fair game,
This is fair game.
This is fair game. I had the right angle. They had him wedged in the corner, and if you watch his streams, that you see his face, and on the left you see this kind of like this green kind of meshy, almost like camouflage, like you'd have on like tanks and stuff, like all the stuff happening in like Ukraine and Russia. Some of the photos, you'll see this stuff in real life, and I don't want to go into those kind of details like politics and news and whatnot, but you see it in the photo. You see it draped over here, and so he could branch that. He could actually cover that area. People were like coming in, like if they wanted to hide him, they could. They kept it open, but it's like, oh my gosh, there he is. But as a polite, I'm an affiliate, and I was polite. I did not interrupt his game. I didn't, go in and ask, like, hey, can I go shake his hand or blah, blah, blah. I so wanted to, but I'm like, I am not going to mess with this. I'm not going to be that guy. But what I found out later with Twitch, you could ask the staff. You could ask a staff, hey, can I meet them? Are they available? What's their schedule? Blah, blah, blah. Are they open for like a meet and greet and schmoozing? But I didn't. I wasn't prepared for that. So just to see him, the back of his head was like, oh my gosh, I know who this is. Like, I'm geeked. And that was great.
When Drew becomes a geek.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Go to bed.
This is at the far end. This is close to where World of Tanks was and Quickie Baby. This is the main arena, the Twitch Rivals arena. So this is where like the big battles and events are. This is one of the major stages. And I went in. Actually, I got in line for a bit because I was going to listen to something at the very beginning. I swapped out of it. And I didn't take a photo. I'm really sad, but like gorgeous. Like it's mind-blowing how cool that they turn the venue into the areas for the battles. So you have a lot of the chairs that are spread out, and then the like they have the main stage. They scan the badges, so they'll scan users come in to get like their counts and so on. And like there's stuff that happens for like community and affiliates and partners. Partners can basically, some of them get like all access. Like Blizz, the main LGBT streamer, talk about him soon. They behind the scenes can basically show up anywhere and go anywhere. So they have this access that's like, yeah. And so Blizz, if you go into his, I think it was the discussion. Oh, what was it? I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday or the day before that he talks about getting all access badges that Blizz is, or he was one of the featured all access people, and there were very few that as partners. Bliss had his head on a wall. You know, and somewhere he had him outside, and they had him in the venue. Yeah, that was like insane. But this is the battle area, and then where like even the streamers would cross battle each other, and it was so cool. This guy, I'm forgetting this dude's name. He was pretty chill. I think we were talking about like cosplay and other stuff. He basically, the poor, I don't know if he was nervous or what. The poor dude, he was like sweating so much. I shook his hand. I don't want to call out his name. I'm not going to zoom in because like.
Don't do it.
One of the nice guys, I shook his hand and my hand was dripping after I shook the dude's hand. And he's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, dude, you're totally cool. He had like the nicest personality. I'm like, he's like, yeah, I'm sweaty. And I'm like, I'm still going to shake your hand because, you know.
I don't care if you're wet.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, wait, what?
Yeah,
I don't care if you're
but,
wet.
Blaze. You know, I'm kind of like, I shake his hand, and then I'm kind of like, I had to kind of do the nice thing of just like, I put my hands to my side, and then like I kind of like wipe my hand, but I had to be like as nonchalant about it as possible. But I'm just like, dude is cool. Whatever. But he was so nice. I kind of want to zoom in his name. You know, I'm gonna do it because that's sort of a shout out. Oh god, let's just zoom into his chest.
That is too far zoomed.
Actually, you're not gonna see here. It's blurry, so yeah. So we're just gonna.
Too bad.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna remember anyway. But the people were awesome. This guy, this one was freaking amazing. He did a cosplay. His robot head was 3D printed. He did double Arduino electronics on it with synchronization, but then self-automation on each side of the helmet, controlling different things, the lighting. I don't have video. I wish I would have done video for this. This geeked me out because his 3D printing was phenomenal. It was so clean. Oh. And I also do, that's not, I was about to click to the next slide. That's not what I want to do. So this guy, Theno TV, yeah, I haven't even looked at his stream, but, this dude was amazing. His was so good. And he also had like a voice changer as part of the Arduino system that he programmed and did stuff. And I'm like, oh dude, I'm doing this with some costume in the future. I mean, I've done in my cosplay, like here in San Diego at the LGBT Halloween event, the Nightmare on Normal Street. I've shown up as...
Oh, hey, look, it's Potato Guy.
Yeah, Normal Street's where it's in Hillcrest, so that's the LGBT mecca here in San Diego. We have this whole like kind of mini, it's like a city within the city of San Diego. So it's like a little mini village, and it's all, we got a really cool bars. They had some really bad like shootings with like
oh god, yeah.
gel capsules or something. It was in the news. I think they finally caught the people, but it was like they were installing like
Whoa.
They use these like gel bullets. Hey, welcome to stream. The potato in here.
Sorry about that.
And
it's okay.
But,
so I've nailed it down to 3 of the ghosts. Banshee,
I'm one of them.
Two, or Obake. It's a possible mimic, but it has not tried to talk to me at all. So.
And as some, I don't know if it was potato. Somebody I had as like accidentally like server muted versus just like local. If you catch who that was, I am sorry. Like I think I did that, and just in Blazer's server. There's somebody I think that's still floating with server mute, and I don't want that. I actually need to check that. Check the mod logs, because I just realized like I don't think I switched that back for somebody. It might have been potato. I just want to make sure they're not like.
Oh, there's the dots.
That was earlier today. Yeah.
Oh, you're the target sketch.
But I did a Metroid gender swap cosplay. I actually did. Well, it wasn't actually gender swap. It was drag.
That's why it wasn't.
So it was a drag cosplay because I did the full female wig. You know, I did the face. I did the full drag makeup get up as a girl. I do not know how to get my eyebrows to stick to my forehead, and that was actually my question in one of the sessions, which I'll get to. Of how to do this, because then you paint over it. Drag is way more.
Let's
all kinds of cool stuff when you're doing cosplay and all that, dragon cosplay. But this guy was amazing. And he did it in like an ABS with like a 6% infill, which most infills I do were like 15%, 20%. But ABS and PLA, if you're doing 3D printing, it's super heavy. Like, I was like, how do you get this to be very structurally sound at less than like 10 to 15%? And he did it at 6%. I'm like, holy crap, that's a challenge that, and the surfaces it was like butter smooth. It was so beautiful. I mean, he could sell that for a good couple $100. So I learned a couple tricks just talking to them and the electronics. So the Arduino type automation, which I do programming and other stuff. But this was awesome. This was very, very cool. I mean, we're almost an hour and a half in, and I'm still on like the actual day one of the Comic-Con, TwitchCon. Holy hell! Yeah,
Comic-Con. That's different.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not Comic-Con. It's not cosplay. It's not comic books. This is video game streaming. Yeah. But I mean, we have it here in San Diego. People love Comic-Con. It's
TwitchCon.
Yeah. But again, TwitchCon's going to be here 4 more years, so amazing. We're so spoiled here in San Diego. Giant duck. They had other giant inflatables. So this is in the artist area. I'm not showing a lot of photos from the artist part because I know a lot of artists don't like their stuff shown without their permission. So I'm really zeroed in here on,
oh
people
my gosh,
came.
it's a big Abby. Wow, that's big.
This was a giant duck in the middle of everything. They had a giant like Gringar in one of the sessions. God, what else? There was some girl that was like.
He sent me those pictures already.
She was up here dancing around in a freaking one of these Pikachus. So sorry, not Pikachu. It was Kirby. So there's a giant Kirby just chilling, and the Kirby started twerking. Like everybody was dying. I would have never expected to see a twerking Kirby. I died. You say like LGBT, like I live for it. It was so good, so good. Let's just keep going.
It's your snack, Luna.
Fabulous, these two. So the things people wore, sometimes they were costumes, sometimes they were just something just fabulous. I mean, I want this suit, and I asked the guy. I went up to him like, did you make this? He's like, no, I bought it. I'm like, dude, this is great. And then the girl, I don't know if she was. I didn't ask. What she's in. We can give them little shells. Let me just zoom in.
Did it blow out the lamp?
No, come here. Yeah, I moved the
lamp. Serena Paris and Mr. Monstar, I think. You might be able to find them. These are affiliates.
Oh.
So they're the same as me. Oh, yep.
Oh.
Yep, so he's sporting the arcade. So in the bag, that was the acne medication. So there it is. People were walking around. He didn't use the strap. He just used the I'm not sure why he held the bag, because the strap is in the bag. You can just put it on and just wear it.
Why would they give you acne medication? Why?
Yeah, targeted marketing. So the people that pay for these events, so Difference was one of them. One of the big ones that actually spurred a protest out of the convention center outside on the ramps leading up to the sidewalk. Chevron. Chevron was one of our biggest sponsors, and there was a huge protest given the sponsor. And so, I also stream video games like Gran Turismo 7. I do racing streams, and other like flight sims, DCS, a lot of the Project Wingman, so a lot of like flight stuff. And even the F1, but their VR is terrible. So remember we did this. The 2D, 3D is very pretty when you're racing, but the VR mode is so janky and not optimized. And I'm gonna have to mess with the settings if I can even get it. Hopefully they've done some updates because their VR mode it's terrible. Compared to Gran Turismo and some of the others, it's so bad. But since Chevron was a sponsor and the protesters took issue with Chevron.
We have defeated the Banshee. Let's go.
it was very it was targeted. I will say that, but I'm a racing streamer, so also understanding the community and people, so also understanding what games we play. I'm not biting into the controversy either way, other than I still stream racing games. So I'm not taking a stance, but by taking a stance, I sort of do take a position, which I understand that people are going to call me out on it. I get that. But I'm not digging into that here, and especially because that was a sponsor of TwitchCon, but I do, so, the sponsors, thank you to all of the sponsors, and there are a lot of them, for supporting streamers, supporting TwitchCon, and so on. And I mean, people are going to be for or against. They're going to take positions for or against, given things that impact their communities. So yeah, but acne medication. Yeah, target audiences. Like, I have major breakouts. Like, when I'm stressed or sometimes with, like, illness or so on, there's a whole health aspect to when we have breakouts. And some people are much more prone to that. And sometimes that's related to things like the epigenome. Because, again, remember, I'm a scientist, or I was a scientist in bioinformatics, and things like the genomics and epigenetics and so on. So there's factors that impact whether or not somebody breaks out. So I can speak to that, and that medications like that, if you're looking at, who's your consumer, who are the people that are impacted by the medication, I did this kind of research, so genome-wide association studies, things that impacted communities in need. So, like, groups like the African American community or the African communities, depending on your genomic cohorts and where your data came from. And so things like neutropenia, so differences in the various white blood cell counts, specific, like neutrophils and whatnot, and how those numbers vary in different, like, the communities of color, and why like medical practitioners may actually make a bad or spurious medical decision based on, like, neutrophil levels, white blood cell levels, and so on, because certain members, certain groups of those communities are predisposed to different numbers and different ranges. And so they may give you the wrong, like, follow-up assessments, like, your next, like, oh, I want you to take this medical test, like this particular blood test to measure certain counts, or some other follow-up, like, study, or potentially a treatment or a decision on, like, treatment, and the drugs that might be used and so on for different other underlying or health issues, that groups of color have been vastly underserved by the medical community, because a lot of the genomics previously were focused on data sets coming from Caucasians. Most of the data sets, either in the US or predominantly in the European cohorts, came from Caucasians. And if you're making a medical decision based on genomics from only white individuals, that's going to give you all kinds of craziness in other groups, that different modifications in the epigenetics and so on, that communities, that we can give you a better diagnostic method and survey that is ultimately going to help you better with the same types of treatment. So something that, might be based on, the white blood cells and neutrophil levels, that decision making, that can be better tailored, to the groups, and, based on, better cohorts and so on, and things that, disproportionately impact other groups. And those groups might be not just like, like things like race. Sometimes it's based on the, like, different areas of the world. So, infections here in the U.S., they're going to be different if, like, for veterans, like, if you're in, like, the Middle East, if you're serving there, you may be exposed to other types of pathogens that, our immunity and our tolerance, and I'm sorry I'm on a soapbox, but I got to get into the bioinformatics and immunology, that the your background protection against other diseases in other parts of the world, you may not be protected. It's just like the New World, when the people coming over from Europe, that a lot of the tribes got decimated by infections coming from Europeans, and so the Native Americans, or First World, I believe is the designation in Canada, the individuals don't have that immune tolerance and memory for the infections that came over from Europe. And so, these types of the protection and the immunity, depending on where you grew up or where you lived and how long ago you had that. And with COVID, people get nervous about talking about COVID, infectious disease, but I worked in diagnostics, so I helped develop one of the first on-chip diagnostic platform for single molecule detection of COVID. So single molecule, we could detect that on a CMOS, the chip that's in your computer. And Blaze, we've talked about this before, that taking wetware and these diagnostics and having the electronics digitally detect a single molecule of a biomolecule. I did this. We published, a very, very high level, high tier journal. It was a big deal, and I had 2 patents. One of them was actually about this area, so it was really freaking cool. And but also doing one of the collaborations, because I was at UCSD, a collaboration with the VA health system in Helicobacter pylori. So one of the infectious bacterium that half the world's population